Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, Penrite Oil and Hare & Forbes Machinery House. Hello and welcome to another fab episode of Classic Restos. But before I ramble on any further, here is what some of our advertisers have to offer us. Shannons offer us as enthusiasts just so much more. Classic bikes, cars, trucks. Bundle it all together with your house and contents and receive a multi-policy discount. Call Shannons on 134646 for a quote. Sign up for the Shannons Club. Interact with others. List your car club. Find events and so much more. The Shannons Club truly is your garage at shannons.com.au. For oil, coolants and additives, choose Penrite. They have stood the test of time. Established 1926. Australian owned, Australian made. Oil with more zinc for older style engines. No matter what the engine, no matter what the application. Contact the Penrite Technical Assistance Team 7 days a week at penriteoil.com.au. Oil right, use Penrite, simply a better class of oil. For some of the largest range of tools for all trades and DIYs, don't go past Hare & Forbes Machinery House. Established 1930, with branches around Australia and New Zealand. Their showrooms will have you browsing for hours, and no matter where you are, you can buy online at machineryhouse.com.au. From a garage jack through to a lathe, Hare & Forbes has the range. machineryhouse.com.au. Now, on today's show, it's about turning up to a paddock and a car park full of old Holdens. And at this stage, there's nothing like being early. I have travelled to Marsden Park, west of Sydney, New South Wales, to celebrate 50 years of the HD Holden. Boy, doesn't time fly. Yes, now this, my friends, is the legendary HD Holden. It's about as Australian as getting a fly stuck in your meat pie and the dunny man picking up your toilet to be emptied, and sometimes while you were still on it. Those were the days, and it was when this car was brand new. Now please pardon the model pun here, but like it or not, the Holden is a special part of Australian motoring history. After all, it was Australia's own car. So here we have this HD Holden. It was launched in February of 1965. Now the HD was the next model on from the legendary EH. So the humble HD had some fairly large boots to put some feet into. Firstly, the HD wore a completely new body, making it wider and longer than previous Holdens. Self-adjusting brakes were fitted if you were thinking about stopping, but if you wanted to stop before you ran into the next state of the country you lived in, a disc brake option was available for the first time. Now, 2 engines were available for this Holden, and in Australia it was a huge step up. It was like hanging your clothes on fencing wire, then promoting yourself to a Hills hoist. A 149 and a 179 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine were still available, like with an EH, but this year you could order the X2 performance version of the 179, boasting a cross-ply spinning 109 kilowatts. And when you think about it, apart from the torque aspect, that was more kilowatts than a standard single-barrel Ford 254.1 Crossflow in 1979. Romping in at just under 100 kilowhoppers. In the HD, the Hydromatic 3-speed transmission was replaced by the Powerglide 2-speed, which to me on paper seems backwards, but Holden must have had their reasons. Mind you, the Powerglide 2-speed was a fantastic box. Aesthetically, the HD Holden had these sexy little crafted fins up front that were deemed dangerous to pedestrians. But that's only if they were silly enough to get in the way. And just for some trivia, The HR started making its way into dealerships across the country in around April of 1966. Now, there were some subtle changes to the HD. Let's go and take a closer look at some of those. Well, those sexy little front fins have been tamed down. There is a different grille now, hosting round parking lights where you can see them. There's even been some changes in the side panels to give the HR a sleeker, modern look. Around the back, look what's going on here. Designers have had their energy vitamin pills that morning on the drawing board because the new tower-type taillights really do look the goods. The HR also received a slightly larger rear screen. On the inside, the working-class persons started to enjoy some plusher trimmings for their hard-earned pound than previous models, and wood grain stood out like a forest in the Premier upgrade. Mechanically, the HR came with a slightly wider front track, so if the tyres let you, now you could turn nicer into a corner. Power steering was an option on the HR, which was ridiculous really for a light six-cylinder car. But that was American inspiration, and so too was a limited slip diff. Now, the first story today on Classic Restos is about inspiration. We have Ryan. Now, Ryan's 20 years of age. He's a young guy in the classic car fraternity, which I just think is super cool all day long. How are you, Ryan?
G'day, Fletch. How are you? I'm good, thanks.
That's good, mate. Look, before we go any further, are you in the trade?
Yes, I am. Yes, a mechanic. Yes.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Now, what was the condition of this beautiful 1967 HR Ute when you got it?
It was unregistered, had been painted in a paddock. Wasn't a bad paddock job, I still wasn't happy with it, being a mechanic.
Yep.
And yeah, it needed everything done mechanically, brakes and all the diff and all that stuff, yes.
That's amazing. I mean, Ryan, the thing is, you were born in 1995, right?
94, yes.
94. Fletchy was a year out. It's just so good to see you mixing with cars that are of the era that they are. Now, when did they hook you? Like, were you a little bloke when you saw these old cars? What do you love about them?
Oh, yes, I was very young, probably about 10 years of age, and yeah, love them, just love their shape, love just everything classic about them, yeah.
See, this is the guy next to us that one day when he's in his 60s and his 70s and he's going to car shows, he'll have a HR Holden, and I just think that is so nice. Now, during the restoration process, Ryan, what was it like? Did you enjoy yourself through it?
Oh, I definitely enjoyed every bit of it, learnt lots about the cars, totally different cars to work on than what I normally do of a normal day at work, but yeah, so easy to work on and learn so much about them.
They're such a cool shape, aren't they?
They are, fantastic shape, and you get to learn that all the stuff in the cars, the modern day stuff, all started from this technology. It's all the same concept. Yeah.
He's got a level head on his shoulders. And these are the factory lightweights too in the 60s before they got a little bit bigger from the 70s onwards. Yeah. I love the blue. What blue is it, Ryan?
It's Monza blue. I think it's a HK GTS Monaro colour, yeah.
And look, the job you've done in the back there, beautiful job in the tray area.
Yeah, it's done exterior grade pine wood, or lacquered up, yeah, it came out nice, yeah.
Now, Ryan, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on today's episode of Classic Restos, and if you're watching at home, let this be some inspiration for you. Never give up. I mean, look what Ryan's done with this ute here, and it's a tremendous job, mate. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Fletch, and I love your show. Fantastic, and yeah, thanks heaps for coming out today.
What else I love about what Ryan has done to this ute here, not only has he restored it, but he's gone to that extra attention to detail by putting original Holden information up on the dashboard, and up under the hood, he's got the 161 patina styled, just the way it was. You're watching the 2015 HDHR Holden Car Club event here at Marsden Park in New South Wales, Australia. Thanks to Shannons Insurance, Penrite Oil and Heron Forbes Machinery House. Back with more right after this.
She could do with a bit extra. You'll need a bit extra doing this or this. They could all do with a bit extra. And you'll definitely need a bit extra here. Our engines need the extra protection you get with Penrite's range of premium oils and lubricants engineered right here for every application under the harsh Australian sun. Penrite, a better class of oil used by a better class of mechanic. And available from over 5,000 outlets across Australia.
Every weekend around Australia, motoring enthusiasts get together to share their passion for cars and bikes. It's a passion that brings us together. All sorts of people. all sorts of cars and bikes. From the classics of today to the classics of tomorrow. At Shannons, we understand enthusiasts. So when it comes to insurance, it's got to be Shannons. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
If you need a new piece of equipment for your workshop, you need Hare and Forbes Machinery House. From a garage jack through to a lathe, Hare and Forbes has the range. And Hare and Forbes Machinery House are Australian owned, established since 1930. You will be greeted by friendly, helpful staff, and you can buy from anywhere online at machineryhouse.com.au. Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Find your closest store at machineryhouse.com.au. We're making our way through the 50 years of the HD Holden, and of course put on by the HDHR Holden Car Club. It plays tribute to the HR here today as well. How are you, Wes?
Good, thanks Fletch. It's great to come out here today and see all the great cars, and thanks for turning up.
Now, we have a 67 HR Holden here. Original number plate, original registration, original engine, a matching numbers car. Now, this is what we all dream about, the barn find. Now, tell us what you can about this particular car, Wes.
Yeah, the car is made in New South Wales, down in Petersham. I picked it up about 5 years ago. I'm the third owner. It's only just done the clock now. The engine's never been restored, pistons, it's original.
Okay, so for those, I'll just interrupt there for a sec, you're not au fait with the clock. That means it's done 99,999 miles and rolled over to zero. So it's done just over the 100,000, right?
Correct. I was lucky enough to be in the car and see it all reset to 00.
Everything goes back to brand new.
Oh, I wish it was.
It's always hard to believe. We've come from 1967 and I'm in that realm of thinking, how can something come that far as a car yet still look so good?
Yeah, that's right. You know, they were obviously made in the day to last, and
but it's had an easy life though. I mean, obviously it hasn't been knocked around, Wes.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's always been garage. Since I've had it, it's been in a garage, and you've got to keep them in a garage, and you know, just the condensation. You can't have them in carports. My belief is they've got to be in the garage.
That's the one, mate. Now we've got a trusty 161 up the front.
Absolutely. We've got a, that's right, Fletch, 161 manual, 3 on the tree, still original.
Wes, love the car all day long, mate. It's a beauty. And of course, it's got the Venetian blind in the back there. You've got to have that Venetian blind, don't you, mate?
Absolutely, Fletch. It just gives a little bit more privacy. That's exactly right.
That's it. Wes, also good to see you out in the HR. Got your wife and your little one with you today?
Yeah, that's right. I've got to start them and train them while they're young. I got the wife on board a few years ago.
Your child too.
Exactly. That's right. Now she's out here. She's going to be a motor enthusiast, and she's got to take on the family history and, you know, make sure she keeps hold of the cars.
Good on you.
Never lets them go.
Good on you. That's well done.
Thanks, Fletch.
How are you, Ahmed?
I'm good, thanks, Fletch. Good to see you. Yeah. Always looking well.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. You too, buddy. When we talk of HD utes endorsing the product, this man here...
Highly dangerous.
It is highly dangerous. The fins up front, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So you've got to tell them what the HD stands for.
Which is highly dangerous, right?
That's right. And it's a bad 065.
Yeah.
It's just bad to the bone.
How long have you had it?
Since 79.
Wow. You've got a reputation of being an entertainer. You've done stacks of stuff for the Summer Nats over the years. Oh, yeah. Super Nats as well. There's no stopping this bloke. So how's things going?
Well, good. I'm still alive with the utes. Ute's still alive, and you know, driving here was awesome. Beautiful day. Hats off to the guys that put on this show, you know. Absolutely. Picked a beautiful day.
So tell us, Ahmed, what does the HD Holden mean to you?
Well, in my time in the 70s, it was the most unpopular car. Everyone loved their HRs and their EHs. And I was the only one thinking, no one loves these HDs. So I had a soft spot for them from the beginning. Yeah. And HDs never won no Bathurst. Even the Mini Cooper S won a Bathurst. Okay? And you got the EH-S4 in the days, okay, Monaros, where the HD was the first performance actually with twin, if you know your X2s, okay, 4-speed, was the first Monaro, I believe, okay, but never got on the map. So I thought, well, someone's got to put it on the map, okay, and this is where I thought, well, I want to do something for the HD, somehow get it on the map. And that's where I got into doing drag racing at Castle Rays, and Oran Park and Eastern Creek Raceway. And
What's under the hood there, Ahmed?
it's a 350 Chevy.
You love it, don't you?
I love it,
All right. I've known this guy for many years. Always nice to catch up with you, buddy.
Pleasure, Fletch.
All right. Thanks, Ahmed.
Bye.
Now, moving through, we have a 1965 HD wagon. Not only is it a wagon, it's also an X2. How are you, Frank?
Yeah, good, thanks, Fletch.
That's the way, mate. Bit of a unique girl, this one.
Yeah.
Tell us the rundown.
Actually had a Harley, got sick of the Harley and swapped it for the car. When I got it, had HR front end and like all the guards and that were front end, HR. Bring it all back to original. That's about it. Now I get the family in it and yeah, we have a good time.
Beautiful car, man. You've got to love the Venetian blind.
Oh, I love them, yeah. Mum and Dad bought them for my birthday, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Mum liked them, so she bought them for me. I don't mind them.
That's great. When you get presents you can actually use for your birthday, it just means so much, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It means a lot to me.
Now, we'll have a look at the engine. It looks beautiful there, the 186S. Now, fill us in there. I thought they came out in HRs. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, well, the guy I bought it off, he had it all as a HR for some unusual reason. So he put the 186S in it. I'm chasing up a 179X, but haven't come across one yet. Got carbies getting built for this at the moment. So I'll have twin carbies on it, and then hopefully we get back to original standards.
Mate, you're so close to it, it almost doesn't matter. I mean, it looks fantastic under the hood there. The factory gold air cleaner as well, just topping it all off. We look inside, some nice upholstery work. The seats are... they look very comfortable. Like I say, you could just drive to Adelaide and be comfortable all the way.
Yeah, well, that's how I got it. It was done. I made sure it was right before I grabbed it.
Frank, it's been wonderful catching up with you and sharing your wagon with us here. The 50 years of the HD Holden here at Marsden Park, New South Wales. Thanks again, Frank.
No worries, Fletch. Love your show.
Thanks, mate. Good on
on
you.
you, mate.
If you'd like to join me on a Fletch tour to the United States of America, have a look at this.
You deserve a Fletch tour. See the amazing Ford, GM and Chrysler Nationals at Carlisle events, along with museums and private collections in beautiful Pennsylvania, USA. Then it's the Motown city of Detroit and its region, taking in more die-hard stuff with incredible history. Rounding off with the Woodward Dream Cruise, the largest moving car cruise in the world.
One of the best things about a Fletch tour is you're really looked after.
It's something I've always wanted to do.
Very well organised. The tour company that put it together was great.
Go to classicrestos.com.au and click on the Fletch Tours icon for more information. Hope you're enjoying today's show. Back with more after this.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannons Home and Contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannons.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
Penrite, Australian-made, family-owned and operated. Make premium quality engine and racing oils, warranty-approved coolants, automatic transmission and manual gear oils, a complete range of engine and fuel additives, heavy-duty and industrial products for every application. Visit penriteoil.com for more information. Penrite, Australian-made for Australian conditions since 1926.
If you need a new piece of equipment for your workshop, you need Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Hare and Forbes Machinery House have showrooms around Australia and New Zealand that will have you browsing for hours. See the largest range of industrial and workshop DIY tools. You will be greeted by friendly, helpful staff, and you can buy from anywhere online at machineryhouse.com.au. Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Find your closest store at machineryhouse.com.au. Time for Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hello, Fletch. How you going?
Good. Are you having fun here today?
Always. Good show, good cars, good people.
Isn't it a fantastic club?
It is. It's a very good club.
Yeah, and I've got to say this, that the Maltese people in the kitchen in there, the Hamrod Club, they are just fantastic. What a lovely bunch of people.
Yes, they are, and the food's great.
It is.
Absolutely, as you can tell.
Yeah. Take my hat off to them. They do an awesome job. I've had a really good day here today. Now, getting close to the end of the day, I wanted to interview you. You've got a beautiful 1967 HR Prem. Now, have a look at this car. This is beautiful. Now, being 1967 too, Joe, approaching the end of the run for HRs too.
That's right. Yes, it is.
How long have you had it?
I've had it probably about 4 years.
Does it get any nicer, really, than the silver and the red interior? I mean, this is a beautiful car. Has it been restored or is it original?
No, it's been restored. It's been restored. We've restored it. The colour combination, as you say, is very nice. Silver mink. Black vinyl top, red interior, sets it off really nice.
Yeah, and it's been restored back to the way it was?
Yes, yes.
Isn't that nice? Engine up front, tell us about that.
It's a 186. It's got the 186S headers on it and carburetor. Got the 3-speed Trimatic in it.
Yep. What a thing. I mean, these were, as I alluded to earlier, the lightweights of the Holdens and the X2 engine, around the just over 100 kilowatts, 109 kilowatts. 1967 to have 109 kilowatts in a car of this size was quite sprightly.
Yes, yes. They get along really nice. They're quite good. They get along really well.
Now, you've got a few options with this car. Tell us those, Joe.
It has a factory power steering in it. We've fitted air conditioning to it and central locking to it. Yeah. And it all looks really good and goes well.
Isn't that good? Power steering on a lightweight car. That'd be good on an icy road, Joe. It would keep your wits about yourself with that, mate.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But it's not as light as you think, Dad. We've got Cadillacs and they're a lot lighter. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so we look at the interior. Again, I mean, I've banged on about this a few times in episodes of Classic Restos. Giving credit where credit is due with these HD, HR Premiers and their interiors. Really, they are just so sumptuous, aren't they?
Yes, they were luxury. For their day, they were top-of-the-line things, very comfortable, easy to drive, and very comfortable, good on long trips.
Now also too, Joe, vinyl roof. Now looking around the paddock and the car park here today, pretty safe to say your car's pretty well the only one with one.
Yes, it is. It's the only one I've seen here today anyway. A lot of people don't like to put them back on, but we like to keep them original, and it suits the car. It's a nice combination, and it looks really good.
I think what looks really good as well are the overriders on the bumper. I mean, it doesn't matter what angle you look at this car from, it looks good.
Yes. Yeah, it's got the overriders, it's got the blinds in the back and the spats on the sides, and it looks good.
That's a good thing. You love it, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah. So, what's the plans? You're going to keep it forever, Joe?
I'm going to try.
Yeah. You got to try. You got to.
Got to try. We like it, we enjoy it, and we drive it whenever we can.
All right, Joe, thanks very much for your time. As I said, love your Prem, and thanks for bringing it today, eh?
Thank you, Fletch. It's a pleasure. Okay. Thank you.
Here we go now. Robert Matthews, the president of the HR Holden Car Club. How are you, Robert?
Good, thanks, Fletch. And yourself?
Good, mate. Good. You've done this is a great turnout.
Yeah, it's not bad for today, considering it's supposed to rain.
As soon as people see clouds, sometimes they stay away, but I just reckon that just should make you come out.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Didn't scare us, and we were going to have a great event on, and I kept telling everyone it wasn't going to rain, and the Holden gods are looking after us, so yeah.
Absolutely. 9 times out of 10, rain in the morning means a great day. Now, just a small car club. Tell us a little bit about it.
We now have 69 members, so a great number, and constantly growing, and we started in 2001, so HDHR New South Wales Car Club of New South Wales, so yeah.
The quality of the cars, they're wonderful, whether they're preserved, restored. I mean, right across the board, right across the spectrum, you know, young guys restoring cars, all ages. It's just a great thing.
Yeah, that's right, and thank you very much, and we appreciate it, and we've got kids as young as 19 joining the club, and we've got guys that are grandfathers in the club, so a bit of all sorts, and we've got stock cars, modified and wholly modified cars. We've got Don Mills, who owns four cars over there, and they're all V8, so he's got a panel van, a ute, a wagon and a sedan, so yeah.
I think it's nice too because the club obviously comprises HD and HR, which between the two models, two great old cars, but with subtle changes, obviously going to HR. It's just good that they're both united under the banner.
Yeah, we don't discriminate, so we keep them both together, and we obviously have more HRs in the car club, but you know, we don't discriminate, and HDs are more than welcome, so yeah.
Robert, you got a website?
We certainly do. Yep, HD, HR, New South Wales Incorporated. So yeah, it's pretty easy to find, and look us up. Yeah, and you want to find the links from the holdenclub.org as well. You can find us through there, and just do a search at car clubs on holden.com as well.
All right. Yeah. Located Western Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. You want to be a part of this fantastic club? They're the details. Thanks again, Robert. Well done.
Fletch, much appreciated for coming out today and following us, and great job. Thank you very much.
Well, there you go. There is just some of the 2015 HD HR Holden Car Club event, and you've seen it first on Classic Restos. In the meantime, classicrestos.com.au is the website that you need for the DVD boxed sets of the show, Classic Restos merchandise, contact information on joining us on a Fletch tour, and of course the major sponsors as well. In the meantime, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching. You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, Penrite Oil and Hare & Forbes Machinery House.